Hello Infinity Kingdom, this is Magic Mage from server 243, and today I was approached from a new lord who has recently entered our Infinity Kingdom family, asking for some clarification regarding Immortals and their nicknames and some of the abbreviations that we use in-game and what they actually mean, so they can follow along not only in our IK Discord, but also within some of the press officer post and release and within their own alliance chat. So this video really is gauged for that new member that's entering at IK who really wants to know what these abbreviated nicknames or colloquialisms that we have developed for our game. I'm going to begin with IK. IK stands for Infinity Kingdom. Afterwards, I'll move on to different Immortals and abbreviations used for our Immortals and some of our game and events as well. So I hope you enjoy. Moctezuma I is abbreviated as Mock. Additionally, Immortals like Neb is also abbreviated down to the first three letters of his name. However, when we go to Immortals like Ramsey II, who is a water spearman, his name is abbreviated down to Ramsey, but I've also seen it abbreviated as Rams. Looking at the Roman numerals dignifying a namesake within the family, like Ramsey II, generally Infinity Kingdom players will just drop the Roman numerals of the name, with the exception of Neb, Ramsey, and of course the Wind Immortal Mock. Immortals where the Roman numerals are dropped off to abbreviate their name would be Baldwin IV, Margaret I, Harold III. Margaret I is abbreviated as Margaret, Harold III is abbreviated as Harold. We can move into our Lightning Immortals where you have Louis IX. It's abbreviated to Louis, and you have Richard I, abbreviated as Richard. Lastly, we have William I in fire, and Frederick I also in fire. Frederick is referred to as Fred or Frederick, and then William is referred to William. And in earth, we have Muhammad II, who's a spearman, and he is just abbreviated as Muhammad. While we are in Earth, I'm going to take and look at the Immortals that have the title the Great after their first name, such as Alexander the Great. Many of these cases we will drop the Great, so Alexander is referred to as Alexander or Alex. Same thing with Charles. We have Pakal as well. And then when we move into fire, we have Cyrus. And in our lightning teams, we will have both Peter the Great, which is referred to as Peter, and Darius the Great, which is referred to as Darius. There are other Immortals the Infinity Kingdom Lords have taken to abbreviate as a shorter first name. For example, Theodora, the name has been shortened to Theo. When we jump into our Shadow Immortals, we look at Elizabeth Bathory, who is abbreviated as Eliz or Liz. We have Flavius, which is abbreviated as Flav. Siegfried is Sig. Tutankhamun is Tut. And then we move into Wind Immortals, Hannibal Baraka, abbreviated as Hanny or Han. We also have Toyotomi, which is abbreviated as Toyo. We move into our Lightning Immortals. Tokugawa is abbreviated as Tok, and Hammurabi is abbreviated as Hammy. I have also heard Hammurabi's name abbreviated as Ham. The Earth Immortals also abbreviate the name of the immortal, so it's a shortened version of the first name. A Manator is one of these. I've seen it abbreviated as Ama, AMA. We also have Cleopatra abbreviated as Cleo. Zenobia is abbreviated as Zen or Zeno. I have also seen Leodonis, abbreviated as Leo. In water, Yoshitsune is abbreviated as Yoshi. Sandak is abbreviated as Sion. And our beloved character Hippolyta is abbreviated as Hippo, not to be confused with the semi-aquatic mammal. Finished the series of Immortals with shortened abbreviated names in Holy, where we began with Gilgamesh, whose name is abbreviated as Gilga. Sometimes Immortals are known by either their first name or just their last name. For instance, Fufei is generally referred to as Fu. Sometimes I've seen her also as Faye, but most of the time I see her as Fu. Empress Wu in Fire Immortals is abbreviated as Wu, just taking on her last name. Similarly, we have Julius Caesar in Holy, abbreviated as just Caesar. We also have in Holy Manco, and Manco Capaca is abbreviated as Manco. Following this pattern, we have Queen Emperor, abbreviated as Quinn, Matilda of Flanders, abbreviated as Matilda, King Arthur, abbreviated as Arthur. In water, Ragnar Lothbrok is abbreviated as Ragnar, Attila the Hun is abbreviated as Attila, and Helen of Troy is abbreviated as Helen. We complete this series with Isabella of Castile, abbreviated as either Isabella or Isabel. Within Infinity Kingdom, there exist two Immortals. Lores will reference based off of the first letter in each of their names. Yi Sun Ji is abbreviated YSG within our Lightning Immortals. Similarly, when you look at your Earth Immortals, you have Yi Sun Shin is abbreviated YSS. We finish by looking at our common Immortals abbreviated names with Khan. Kublai Khan and Genghis Khan both are Khan. Therefore, to distinguish the two Khans apart, many will refer to Kublai Khan as KK or K Khan, and I've also seen him referred to as Holy Khan. Genghis Khan, the original Khan within our Infinity Kingdom game, exists within the Lightning team. Genghis Khan has been referred to as Khan, G-Khan, Lightning Khan, and the non-Holy Khan. We now venture into our dragon cave. Demeter, our Earth Dragon, is often referred to as the Earth Dragon. You'll see this for all dragons, with individuals referring to them as the element for the dragon. Therefore, the Water Dragon, Glindur, is referred to as the Water Dragon. Zephyr, our Wind Dragon, is referred to as the Wind Dragon. When we look at the dragons for lightning, Tyrannus is our Lightning Dragon. Ignitus is our Fire Dragon. Lucasta, also known as Lucas, is our Holy Dragon. And Mel, or Melanthios, is our Shadow Dragon. Finish with just generic abbreviations. So SP, or Stamina points, are in the yellow bottles. They're also recognized by this little zigzag lightning bolt, and we can also obtain them when collecting our timely rewards. Additionally, if you are on the page with the map where we're within our typical realm, at that point you'll see a shoe. That shoe represents the red bottles or action points, which stands for AP. We next venture into the well. Within the well, there are multiple events and games. Within these events, each of them have their own abbreviations and nicknames. The Well of Time is commonly referred to as WOT. Your Throne of Supreme is typically referred to as TOS. We will also see within the Well of Time the Legion of Frostborn. There are multiple names for the Legion of Frostborn: KVK, Server Wars, SVS, LOF, Frost, Cold Zone, and Frostborn Wars. Within the Illusion battlefield, you'll notice two different events. You have your regular season and the Prime League. The regular season is referred to as IB, where your Prime League is referred to as IBL, or Illusion Battlefield Prime League. Within the well, you have the Time Rift Breaker. The Time Rift Breaker is also referred to as the Rift Spider or the Well Spider. You'll also see the contention of relics, lovingly referred to as Core. This is one of the first events individuals will interact with within the well outside of the Well of Time. We'll finish our journey within the well with Battle Chess. Battle Chess is also referred to as chess, and occasionally I've heard individuals joke referring to Battle Chess as dodgeball. Furthermore, within our game there is a calendar, and on our calendar there are different events. Lords have developed abbreviations for these events and nicknames. For instance, the Wisdom Well was also known as Triss because prior to a recent update it was referred to Blessings of Triss. Therefore, you'll see individuals refer to the Wisdom Well as the Wish event because you can receive Cinders of Wish, and each time you play this event you would make a wish for that Cinder of Wish or Triss. Additionally, within our calendar you will find Infernal Assault. This is also referred to as IA, Infernal, and I've also seen individuals refer to it as Furnaces. Contentions of Lords is also referred to as a killing event, where you will be attacking other Lord castles. This killing event is also seen within the event King of the Hill. King of the Hill is abbreviated KOTH or Koth. Within the last stage of the King of the Hill, you also have a killing event also referred to as KE. On our calendar, Lords will also discover Melina's Ambition, also referred to as Melina, abbreviated by using just the first name in the title. Rebel tracks I've also seen called Rebel and Rebel camps because they create camps in which Lords will then need to rally together with their alliance to receive soul crystals. Within the calendar, you will also discover Mercantile Path. This game is commonly referred to as Merchant. However, I have seen individuals call it the Horse game. When I first played this game way back in 2014, I also referred to it as the Gnome Murdering event because of the number of deaths that had occurred playing the higher level merchant paths when I didn't have a fully developed march. There are 5 events that always occur at the same time simultaneously: Wonderful Journey, Stellar Compass, Spending Reward, Redeem Event, and Strategic Reserves. The reason these events all occur simultaneously is because they interact with each other. Within Strategic Reserves, you'll perform several tasks. As you complete those tasks, such as defeating gnomes, gnome bosses, farming, and gathering resources, you'll then receive coins. Those coins can be used in the Redeem event, and as you use those coins in the Redeem event, you may receive purple oracle balls that you can use for Stellar Compass. As you spend money during this event, you will receive dice. As you get the dice, you will perform the task of rolling to progress around the Wonderful Journey board to receive more of the Stellar Compass purple orbs to receive your exclusive artifacts. Each one has their own individual abbreviation and nickname. Wonderful Journey I've also referred to as the game board, or seen others refer to as the game where you roll the dice. Stellar Compass is referred to as Compass. The Spending Reward event is often referred to as Spending Event. While I do not have them at present, there are 2 other events you'll find within the calendar. One is Sparks of Galaxy. Sparks of Galaxy is also known as Sparks. This event is the event where you'll receive crystal orbs to summon potential holy or shadow Immortals. The orbs in the game plays very similarly to Stellar Compass when you are trying to summon different exclusive artifact chests. The last event that we have that you don't see on this current calendar or that I have at present would be Tyranny of Fate. That is commonly referred to as Fate, Trifunny, Card Matching Game, or TOF. The last event you don't currently see within our calendar is Primal Pinball. Primal Pinball is often referred to as Pinball. It is when you are obtaining both your Crimson Moonlight and Stardust by throwing a gold ball with a toad into a pinball machine. In the top right-hand corner, a lord will find links to different events that are occurring within that day. The first one I will look at is the Titantula event. The Titantula event is often referred to as World Spider or Spider. Lords will also look within the events at the Golden Path. The Golden Path is often abbreviated as GP. End our series by looking at different acronyms that are commonly used within our game, but don't quite have a classification of their own. The first would be looking at the Legion of Frostborn checkpoints within the game, but you'll often find individuals labeling them as gates based off of how they appear within the game. The next one we will be looking at is health points. When we look at different aspects within our game, health points is in several areas. HP is signifying health points. Additionally, individuals will farm for resources. When farming for resources, many will refer to resources as RSS. Lastly, OT would stand for overtime. You tend to see these in our battle reports. Moving along, you'll also see individuals use the term OP. OP stands for overpowered, and you normally will see this in relation to an immortal skill or an immortal. In this case, you'll see Hades' article is about Weakening Curse being overpowered, or OP. We end our video today with looking at damage over time. Damage over time is abbreviated as DOT. You can see it within certain skills, particularly if you look at a skill like Psionic Tide, where it indicates it's excluding damage over time. So therefore, it's very important to understand what this acronym DOT stands for. An example of damage over time can be easily understood when you're looking at Baldwin's ultimate skill, Hurricane. So when we go to Baldwin and look at his ultimate skill, you'll see that within this skill, magical damage occurs for 6 seconds. So because it's over a duration of time, it's damage over time. And that is really important to know because it will affect different aspects within the game when you're looking at triggering events, if a skill will enhance damage over time, or if it will not apply because it is a damage over time skill, such as Psionic Tide. I hope you enjoyed this video. It answered some of your questions about names and abbreviations and acronyms used within our Infinity Kingdom world. Until next time, have a fantastic day. If you have discovered a different acronym, nickname, or abbreviation used within our game, by all means, please make sure you note that in the comments section. This is not a comprehensive list, but I did try to ensure I was covering all the common abbreviations that you will see. If you enjoyed this video, please remember to like and subscribe and ring that bell.